What's going on, guys? This is Jason of Auglitical. This is your one-stop shop for all MGTOW, red pill, herbivore men news on this side of you. Now, let me. I'm joking, but it seems like as though I can't avoid this kind of thing. I log in and I'm going, man, I just want to get some news that's not towards men, the state of men versus women. Just give me something. Fucking goddamn it. Is there a new Pokemon out? But here we are. Of course, I'm still going to stay true to my own views of the world as it is. But this is something that I'm going to cover anyway. So let's get into it. Because this is pretty important, I believe. NBA star Anthony Edwards scores major victory in child support battle with ex Ayesha Howard. NBA star Anthony Edwards scored a major victory in his court battle with ex Ayesha Howard after revealing he doesn't want custody or visitation with her with their 4-month-old daughter. In Touch can exclusively report. According to court documents obtained by In Touch, a hearing was held at Ayesha's paternity lawsuit filed in Los Angeles on Monday, February 24th. Ayesha, 37, and her lawyers were present. Okay, yeah. So this is this young dude who's in the NBA, and he done busted his go-gurt inside some chick, and he told the chick, "I do not want a baby. I do not want a baby. I do not want a baby with you." And she said, "Fuck that," and she kept the kid. And personally, my opinion, she knew he was coming into paper. This is her Ashley St. Clair moment. Okay, let's continue. According to court documents obtained by In Touch, a hearing was held at Ayesha's paternity lawsuit in Los Angeles. The court granted a motion brought by Anthony where he argued California was the wrong state to determine child support for their daughter, Aubri Summers Howard, born in October 2024. As In Touch first reported, Anthony filed a separate paternity lawsuit in Georgia. Now, another thing about this, let's just be real here. Homegirl's 37 and she's fucking this dude who's 23. Now, personally, I do not have a problem with any of this. But have you noticed no women are coming out calling her a groomer or a rapist or anything like this? But if it was the other way around and it's a situation that they are not benefiting from it, they will call the guy a groomer, a rapist, or whatever the hell that they call it. Even though the girl be like 30, the dude will be like 50, and they'll be like, "Oh, he's a groomer. He's a groomer. She too stupid. She too young to understand." Does no one see the same thing in this situation? No one? Anyone? Any ladies? Any members of the Hive want to raise their hand in this? Oh, it's okay because it's Black Power. She getting that money by any means necessary. I'm gonna use that from now on. Ever since I saw that the whole when black dudes date white women, but if a black girl dates a white dude, white power. I mean black white power, black power, which is really white power, but black power. Okay. The court granted a motion brought by Anthony where he argued California was the wrong state to determine child support for their daughter. All right. He alleged Ayesha lived in Georgia despite her claims in court she moved to California before giving birth to Aubri. Aubri was born in California. Anthony claimed Ayesha delivered their child in LA and filed her case in California in an attempt to score higher with child support from him. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But listen, you don't, man, okay. The NBA star's lawyer argued Ayesha's conduct here is unjustifiable and a bad faith attempt to obtain a higher court child support order. Ayesha conducted a manufacturing of false reality and using the party's child for financial gains should not be tolerated. And yet, in this day and age, many such cases. I have the stance a child benefits from a two-parent household. I do have that stance. I even have the stance it is better for a child to be around a mother and even a father who may not be his biological father to see what a positive male role model is like. Because sometimes blood may be thicker than water, but sometimes you need that. Sometimes, majority of the time, kids need that structure. They need to see a man in the household. They need to be around their parents. There is nothing better for a child growing up than inheriting a two-parent household or being in a two-parent household. There's nothing better than that. And this is the girl. Goddamn, I can see why he. But listen, 37 still. I can see why he done busted his nuts up in that. But still, she wrong. We we could look past. Look, listen, brothers, we must stay focused. We must stay focused. I can, man. She probably tried to do that shit that the other girl tried to do. Talk about she was gonna eat his booty hole. Goddamn. But again, it's funny, right? Because whenever I know when I was out there and I was talking to older women or whatever like that, they weren't trying to really talk to you because they were trying to say, "Oh, you too young." Money makes women's wounds heals like Wolverine, right? Like the healing factor, right? Money changes a lot, doesn't it? Again, most man, I'm not gonna even say that. I'm gonna leave it alone. Ayesha scoffed at Anthony's claim and presented a driver's license and Aubri's birth certificate to back up her claim she did move to California. So you didn't change anything. You just proved this point. In the recent hearing, the judge granted Anthony's motion in regard to child support. The judge ruled that California lacks jurisdiction regarding child support, which means the decision will likely go to a judge presiding over Anthony's case in Georgia. The LA judge did not set it. The LA judge set a hearing for March 20 to determine if custody and visitation of Aubri will be set by the California court. And these are the messages here. I'm guessing these are going to be sloppy as hell. Can I make it any bigger, please? No, you just moving to the side. Okay, let's read this. We both may have intended, and being childish, running away from it doesn't make it going away. I'm pregnant. I wanted to tell you in person, but you gave me no other choice. We probably should have kept it cordial, but we're here now. Bro, so he had no idea. From the way that she's talking, that means that she was already pregnant. He had no idea. You ladies, you can't wait a month, 2 months to let some dude know you pregnant. That's fucking evil. You're not making, again, you're making the decision for the guy. I am not a person who looks fondly on fatherless homes, but a lot of this shit is women trapping men, and it's evil. Shout out to Ashley St. Clair. You thought you was gonna trap Elon Musk, even though you knew the man that he was. You had his 13th child. He already on child 14. Probably has 17 children, but we'll get to that point later on in the year. Let's continue. Okay, LOL, get an abortion. I don't need hush money. My intentions aren't to blackmail you in any way. I'm being upfront and honest. I'm not getting an abortion. It's not an option. I can keep you updated through the process, or I can disappear until the baby's here. It's on you. Either way, I'm done going back and forth because you still think it's a joke. Okay, the guy's a piece of shit. The guy is a piece of shit. He has shown you straight up he doesn't care. All he cared about was getting in between them walls. Which, by the way, one more time, can we look at it one more time? Let's look at it one more time. I ain't got no shame. God damn. Again, we must stay focused. Shame on you. That was a test. That was a fucking test that all of you dudes failed. But again, he showed he didn't give a fuck. He's young. He's not mentally there, taking it serious. You get what I'm saying? And he doesn't care. And he showed you this when you were conceiving and conceiving. He showed you when you were pregnant and you still decided to keep the baby. This is what we call entrapment. You didn't have to do this. You chose to because you knew he was coming into money. I don't care how shitty he is. You chose that. And again, I'm tired of the notion it's always men's fault. It's always black men's fault when it comes down to our women or black women. I am tired of that because they don't see the red flags that they choose to ignore. They didn't even choose to ignore it. They knew what it was. They chose to have these struggle babies, right? They chose to do this. When you a good dude growing up and girls look past you, you get what I'm saying? Which is a majority of guys. We're not in the minority. We're the majority, right? Girls look past you for certain traits that they find that they like that may not be, that may or no, not may not, that are not beneficial to raising a family and making disgusting choices at young ages, whether it be fucking with some dude who's a lame, who they consider the people that they ignore lames, but the ones who are actually lame are the dudes that's beating the shit out of them, the dudes that's hopping in and out of jail and crashing out for no reason, the dudes that's not taking care of kids that they've already had and looking for other girls and preying on other young girls. The guys who only care about materialistic things and narcissistic and they want a piece of that, they consider these guys to be high value and they go after these guys. They deserve each other, but they call you a lame because you don't want no part of that. Come on now. Let's make this bigger so we can read this. Anthony wrote in declaration, Ayesha and I have one minor child together, Aubri Summers Howard. Paternity was recently established through DNA testing. I am not seeking child custody or visitation of Aubrey. Therefore, the only issues to be resolved are financial in nature. Man, that's fucking crazy. As In Touch first reported, as part of the ugly court system, Ayesha submitted a series of alleged texts Anthony sent her after she informed him she was pregnant. So we read that. Let's look at the comments. And again, a lot of these women willfully choose to make these bad choices, and they're always saved. Whether it be the system, whether it be society, they're always saved for making these bad choices. When a girl comes at my head for telling her fucking mistakes, and then she says it doesn't matter, all black men are fucking terrible. And just because I hate black men, you're worse than me. Because every black man I've ever been around, I showed you the proof of this shit. Every black man I ever been around have treated me like shit. All black men are the reason. Black men are the reason why there's so many black men are the source of the problem. Though she then states her own father had 5 kids with 5 different women. And I just go, so you mean to tell me you at no point did you sat there and say, damn, our women messing up. Nah, I'm gonna blame men. When you dating dogs, sure. Bottom of the barrel type woman. Plot to have a child, then use that child as leverage to secure her financial freedom for the future. She knew exactly what she was doing. She's 14 years older than him, for crying out loud, probably laughing all the way to the bank while searching for her next paycheck. What's the reply? That's what's crazy is this isn't even her first time. She already has an older child by a rapper. So this is her hustle. That's her hustle. A lot of comments regarding her age and his money. Very sad that society forgets about the child whose parent purposely abandons them. Very sad or bad situation for the child. What about her poor decisions as a mother? She too went in without protection and received exactly what she wanted, a meal ticket. She is an almost 40-year-old stripper. She's a strip. So that was her cashing out. That was her cashing out. If this woman is actually a stripper, almost 40 years old, still have, again, you could not ask the average woman to have a baby with you at the age of 37 unless they've been struggling and they realize that the clock is spinning. Most girls, when they have one kid, they're not trying to have another kid past 40. This was this man, okay. Very disappointing pair. Neither looks to be a good parent. The woman moves across the country to take advantage of higher child support laws. Father at first jokes about abortion, then states he wants no custody of visitation. Poor child. Yeah, it does suck for the child. Well, he's proven the stereotype, that's for sure. Great job stepping up and being accountable. Not that anyone. There it is. There goes the beta cuck. There's the beta cuck every single goddamn time. I'm not sitting here saying what the dude did, the dude is doing is right, but this is the problem that the court puts on people. It should be straight up. Every child should get a child support. Every child, when a child is put into this world, it is a mandatory paternity test. Mandatory paternity test. On top of that, on top of that, you should it should be between two consenting adults. If it is not between two consenting adults, that child shouldn't be born. Period. And if the woman decides to go forward with the child, because it ain't like the man can force the woman to, again, the man at no point sits there and makes the decision. It is always on the woman. It is always on the woman. If the woman decides to go along with the pregnancy when the guy did not consent, then it is on her. That is her choice. That is her choice. You want to be empowered? Women empowerment, women's choice, my body, my choice. It is your choice. Then it's on you. And if you want to raise a child by yourself, as they call them bastards, that's on you. That's on you. She is the perfect example of a gold digger. She knew exactly what she was doing. The stereotype is reinforced. He is not any better. A fool will quickly be parted with his money. As talented as he is, he will be broke 5 years out of the league. Last year, a sports show stated how most NBA players are broke in 3 years. The NFL's has seminars for rookies discussing finances, social media, and personal conduct, specifically watching out who you hang out with. He's young and naive. That's a gold digger's paradise. He avoids custody and visitation of a child, and that's called a major victory. NBA Man of the Year. I know it's hard for some men to understand this. Maybe there's some men who they just believe well, we know the world is not going to save you, and a lot of problems is all on the backs of men. But a lot of men are waking up to this. A lot of men are tired of this. A lot of men are tired of getting arrows rained down on you for fucking people that are ungrateful. Society that's ungrateful. We're tired of that shit. Most men are tired of that shit. So you may not understand, Playboy, and that's okay. But you can't get mad at us for getting it. Why would he be with a woman that much older? Again, I don't got a problem with that. I don't got a problem. Listen, I don't got a problem with a dude who is 18, 17, and manages to fuck some chick who's probably almost in her 50s. If something happens, something happens. That it shit happens. Shit happens. I don't care about any of that. Let people live their lives. It's always funny that these women do this shit and no one says a word. But when a guy who's probably in his 40s or 50s or 60s ends up landing some chick who's in her 30s, in her 20s, God damn it, he's a groomer. She's only 19. It's so hilarious. She trapped him. He thought it was a fling and she was trying to get pregnant to secure a future because she would be with him. A study a few years back studied married men who cheated. The other woman was usually not prettier or smarter or funnier. She was just willing. For so many guys, that's all it takes. A woman who's willing. I was gonna make a snarky comment about the age difference. Then I saw her photo. Good job, man. What are you talking about, bro? What do you mean her photo, bro? What do you mean? What did you see that was different? God damn! And they say I don't like black women. Again, that was another test that if you laugh, you're a piece of shit. You're terrible. You're terrible people. Anyway, that's the video. I'll catch you guys next time. Oh, whoa, hold on. What's this comment? Funny how having an abortion is not an option, but having sex before marriage is. Everyone is privy to the outcomes of sex. To be so careless about it is why they are in on this situation. It's all about it's all about that baby now. Cowardly and shameless for not checking up on her while your seed grows in her. What happened if you didn't know? Waste the air when a man or woman do not care for their children. Shut up, Rosa. Anyway, that's the video. Catch you guys next time. Imagine being a basketball player or whatever like this, and you busting nuts and guts and all of that shit because you feel like you're on top of the world at the moment. You're young, you're in your prime, you're a stud, you're an athlete, so you already know when it comes down to sex, your body is ready. Your body is fucking ready. Remember back then when we were much younger and the wind blew the wrong way, we was ready to fuck some shit. It can't be just a black person thing. I'm pretty sure we all been through this. Imagine being at the peak form of your fucking life where your body's consistently like that, you know, and some chick who looks like I'm not gonna go up there anymore. Jokes on you. Some chick comes and look at you like this. You don't give a shit about the edge, and she letting you bust it in raw. And she's a stripper, so you like she already understands not to have a kid, and she ends up having a kid anyway. Man, nope, 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 nope.